This one feels like a breath after a long period of holding it in, whereas earlier works wrestle with faith, body, and oppression. Purple Rain opens into atmosphere in exhaling color. The first thing that strikes me is how still the air seems, yet how full of electricity it is. The tree stands rooted and alone against the sky that doesn't know whether it's evening or dawn. That ambiguity, oh, the moment between darkness and light. Purgatory is the real subject here. The photograph he found in a calendar may have been African landscape stock, but what he translated onto canvas is not. Batagari is Africa. Its memories Africa, a lost place filtered through intuition and palette. So yay, on witnessing Purple Rain by Aaron Michael O'Neill, I stand before this painting longer than I intend to, and it isn't the tree that holds me. Not really, but the space around it. That strange, aching sky of violet and bruised lavender, bleeding quietly into a horizon that refuses to end. It feels like twilight caught mid-breath, that moment between confession and silence. The tree, black, dense, utterly unyielding, whizzes out of it like a memory that won't let go. I think of it as something rooted in both grief and grace, a survivor of storms that no longer have names. I write this not as a critic, but as a witness, someone who has stumbled upon a private weather and been asked, wordlessly, to stay still. His hand is patient here. It's not the kind of virtuosity that shows off. It's something more devotional. The way the purples shift, almost imperceptibly, from mauve to ink to blue. Yes, it reminds me of Breath of Night inching its way toward surrender. The line along the grass doesn't so much clash as hum. It vibrates with the pulse of life that refuses extinction. It's as though he's saying that beauty is what endures after the ruin. The tree isn't heroic. It's weary, bent, heavy with knowing, and yet it stands. Maybe that's the point. Not victory, but endurance, as its own kind of transcendence. I find myself thinking of his earlier works. Silenced, Catherine, Madonna, and how they were all about the objectification of despair, constrained, idealized, made to perform. But this is different. The body's gone. What remains is its echo, its absence, translated into landscape. The branches twist like limbs, but there's no skin here, just bark. No gaze. It's liberation, disguised as stillness. Maybe he needed to move from flesh to field to remember what freedom felt like. To paint nature, perhaps, was to reclaim the body from the violence of being seen. And yet the color, that choice of purple and lime, it isn't pastoral, it's electric. It vibrates with contradiction, melancholy rendered in brilliance, solitude painted in saturation. There's something Fauvist here, yes, but tempered by restraint. The palette is emotional architecture, purple for dignity, lime for vitality, darkness for memory. It feels less like pigment and more like pulse. As I write, I realize how little of this is really about landscape at all. The tree, the light, the field, they are only metaphors for a self that has been fractured and rebuilt. The world in Purple Rain is not the world outside. It's the interior world made visible, the geographies of survival. It's the moment after confession, when the words have been spoken and all that remains is color trying to make sense of what was said. I leave the painting with a feeling I can't quite name. I can't quite name. Something between gratitude and ache. It's as though I've been permitted to overhear a prayer not meant for me. Aaron Michael O'Neill doesn't paint to impress. He paints to understand. And what he understands here is that silence, real silence, is not absence, but completion. The rain is stopped, the light is thinned, and still the tree stands. Not as symbol, not as ornament, but as proof that this one arrives like a pulse between silences. Not a climax, but a return to breath. Standing before Purple Rain, I feel something shift internally. As though I've stumbled into the first pause in Aaron Michael O'Neill's long conversation with himself. The body, once contorted, corseted, or fractured across portraits, is gone here, and yet, somehow, still present in the rhythm of the land. The tree has taken on the posture of every figure he's ever painted. It leans, endures, contains. The horizon is its spine, the wind, its exhalation. What's uncanny is that the image feels aware of its own stillness. The atmosphere is not calm. It's suspended. The air glows with that strange density of just before rain. Before revelation, before something unseen decides to fall. This is not meteorology, nor astrology. It's psychology. The violet expanse presses down like a memory that refuses to fade, and the limelight beneath it resists. The two tones in dialogue, not reconciliation. It's the same dialectic that runs through all of Aaron's work. Restraint and release, pinch of submission and sovereignty, dashes of confinement and transcendence. Only now the argument takes place entirely in color. The tree, that solitary witness, holds the weight of the sky the way the women in his earlier canvases held the weight of the gaze. But this one does not collapse. It stands. Yes, it stands better than all the souls on earth combined. I can almost hear it thinking, or perhaps enduring thought. Its branches splay outward like synapses, collecting the voltage of the violet world around it. It's as if, after years of painting bodies bound and voices suppressed, he's finally found a way to speak without language. The land becomes his mouth. The color is confession. I think of this painting as both an elegy and a reconciliation. The sky bruises purple, and yet it does not bleed. The grass flares green, but not with gnaw, with survival. The entire composition hums with the intelligence of restraint, the kind that knows beauty is not in abundance, but in proportion. Even in its serenity, there's a controlled ache, a reminder that peace is not the absence of struggle, but the refinement of it. There's something almost theological about the purple itself, not the royal purple of empire, but the deep liturgical hue of mourning and transformation. In contrast, that sickly lime along the horizon feels like resurrection. It's the chromatic resurrection of someone who's learned to build solace from contrast itself. I realize, in looking at it, that O'Neill's work has always been about reconciliation through opposition, and here, that reconciliation finally happens in silence. If silenced was the scream, purple rain is the listening that follows. This is a painting of someone who has stopped arguing with the image and begun conversing with light. No longer the victim or the critic. The artist becomes the witness.